First and foremost, before we get started, I like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rekah Kwadash, and of ourselves great millstone, while unto truth. And also to those elect that is scattered abroad, I like to say, Shalom. And come back here today with another great and powerful lesson to the spirit and the power of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. And the title of today's lesson is Outbreak. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners. Hope this will help you today and guide you back in the path of righteousness and back to your true power, which in fact is Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So before we start today's lesson, I have a quick news article here by the Texas Tribune. And it reads, it's that first human case of bird flu in Texas detected after contact with infected dairy cattle. So we will not go into the order because I have videos to bring it out with more edification. Also, we know how YouTube is, and also we know that what famine of the word is fast approaching. We know that what these plagues are constantly increasing. We see that what the plagues are not slacking down for a moment. So any given time, all hell could break loose. We already know that this is what order out of chaos. We already know what happened back in 2020, with the C-19. You understand what I'm saying? So we see that these things are constantly picking up. They're constantly increasing. They're constantly telling you about what April the 8th every day. We constantly hearing about this. So we're going to measure the time diligently. So we already know that this this outbreak has been reported in several states like Texas, Ohio, Oklahoma, and many others. So we already knowing that, they say that it's spreading to from the dairy cattle, and also in your milk. Also, it's saying that it's spread to the chickens and other animals. So we already knowing that they could call another demic. You understand what I'm saying? Another, it could cause a lockdown or whatever, some type of mandate they could bring could bring forth. So we already know that things are constantly coming down the pipeline. They're constantly getting prepared. We already knowing that what the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath. We already knowing that we constantly warning you left and right of all these impending dangers. They're getting closer and closer. We are here. The stage is set. All things are ready. So the title of today's lesson, once again, is Outbreak. So I like to say Shalom to all our listeners learner. But we'll start off with a quick precept in the book of Jeremiah chapter 28. We'll start off in Jeremiah chapter 28, a quick precept before we start today's video. Let's go here. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8, it said, the prophet that had been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries, against great kingdoms of war and of evils and of pestilence. So that's what we constantly warning you about. We warning you about war. We already know that what about what's going on, World War III, what's going on over there, and all the so-called Middle East, what's going on with Israel. And also we already heard about they have already have bombed the Iranian embassy over there. So we know that things are constantly heated up. Also, we know what's going on between Russia and Ukraine. Things are constantly to escalate. But also, it's just rumors upon rumors, mischief upon mischief. We warning you each and every day, the watchmen of Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh, the prophets, constantly warning you, warning before the struggle. We warn you about evils too. Also, evil time to be circumspect, redeem the time wise, Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, also a pestilence, all sorts of things they're constantly telling you about. They're telling you about this bird flu outbreak, also this disease X and many other outbreaks they constantly warning you about. So they are spreading, they're increasing. So we already knowing that we're not ignorant of Satan's device. All these things are constantly happening, and who are constantly telling you left and right, the men of the Lord that's constantly making these video pistol, constantly in the highways and byways, warning you left and right, keep it not silent. Verse 9, it said, the prophet which prophesied of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord had truly sent him. So we already knowing that, in that day they shall know that a prophet was among them. We knowing that the Lord's word is faithful and true. His word is not returned in void. And also it shall come to pass. And we seeing these things are lining up just like clockwork. We're living in the end time, real time. So we'll start today's videos, and after the video, we'll start the lesson. And I hope that you will get edified.
It's been confirmed and it's trending all over the internet right now. avian flu in the United States. First human case of avian flu in Texas raises alarm. Potential cow-to-cow avian flu transmission in Idaho is worrying pandemic experts. In fact, top U.S. egg suppliers, they idle the Texas plant after bird flu outbreak, and the bird flu has been detected in a person in Texas. What we know so far, this coming out today, April 2nd, 2024. Now, I'm going to be giving you the latest information that's coming out on this so you know exactly what's going on. Is take a look. A person tested positive for avian flu. This is being exposed to a cow that was thought to be infected by the virus. It's the second time a human has been infected in the United States. I'm going to be sharing with you what it is the experts are saying at this time. Now, in addition to that, I'm trying to provide my community with resources that can be available, such as if you want a
This is a message to parents, and I don't know what parents are feeding children milk nowadays, but the avian bird flu is back. Texas, Oklahoma, Ohio, Kansas, you guys are experiencing the epidemic right now. And the fact of the matter is, this time, it's not just birds going through it. All kinds of animals are experiencing this bird flu. Check this out, y'all.
Flu is back, but it's showing up in different animals, from goats on a western Minnesota farm to dairy cows in several other states. Kaya Edwards joins us now with what this means for farmers and consumers. Kaya?
Julie, we talked to the Minnesota Board of Animal Health, which joins agencies nationwide in following these bird flu livestock cases closely, as they're believed to be the first in the U.S.
U.S. health officials say raw, unpasteurized milk from dairy cattle in at least 3 states tested positive for avian flu, a virus usually found in birds, not livestock.
Veterinarians are on really high alert.
Dr. Katie Corneal is a senior veterinarian with the Minnesota Board of Animal Health.
The virus that was detected, it wasn't a mutated form to cattle. It was the same virus that's been detected in wild birds.
The same virus resulting in the death and mass slaughter of more than 246 million poultry worldwide from 2005 to 2020, and outbreaks resurging since then.
The H5N1, that's the one that's kind of been, causing us all the trouble these past years.
Now, in Texas, Kansas, and New Mexico, officials say the bird flu was found in older cows and that symptoms include decreased lactation and low appetite. But Corneal says the experts are working to confirm if the virus caused their illnesses. This comes a week after goats on a western Minnesota farm were diagnosed following an outbreak among poultry on the farm.
At this point, there's really low concern from a consumer perspective.
Farmers are required to only allow milk from healthy animals to enter the food supply. Those from sick ones are destroyed.
Pasteurization of the milk you get in the store and commercial milk is extremely effective at inactivating viruses.
Still, she says Minnesota farmers should take some basic biosecurity precautions.
When adding animals to your herd, making sure to, quarantine them for 21 to 31 days before introducing them to the other animals, just to make sure they don't get sick.
What are they, humans?
In late 2020,
What are they, humans?
were reported in bears in Alaska, Nebraska, and Montana. And then this past December, it was also found in a polar bear. And that was the first time an Arctic animal died from the virus.
Now, you and I both know that they did not get rid of those chickens. I guarantee you those chickens that were diagnosed with this virus were passed out. Because why is this still going around, y'all? Why is this? And then now other animals are catching it too, so maybe they're feeding these other animals this chicken. But it seems like their animals are tired of playing this game as well. This Matrix is over. You guys see the mass deaths of animals going down, man. Like, it's over. Like, they don't want to play this game either. The game is coming to an end. But
so we seeing right now, things are coming to an end, but one thing about it, we, once again, we're not ignorant of his device, and he will not be able to perform his enterprise. So we already know what's getting ready to happen. So we'll start today's lesson in 2 Ezra chapter 15. Let's start here in 2 Ezra chapter 15, start today's lesson, and I hope once again you get edified. Quick lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Let's see here. Let's start off in 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49. 2 Ezra chapter 15 and verse 49 it says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So that's what the Lord's getting ready to send. The Lord's getting ready to send the plagues. Plagues also goes into what? Disease and pestilence. So we're seeing that, a lot of people it's getting ready to be taken in a great number. And also widowhood. A lot of people getting ready to lose their loved ones in these wars that's getting ready to come upon us. Civil war, also what? The last and final war, right before what? The great and glorious return of Yahweh by Hashem Abishai. We know that we're at the beginning of what? World War III. We're seeing it's happening. Poverty. So the Lord is going to what? Break the staff of the bread, your necessity, your way of life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people right now eating good right now, drinking good, still have what you call a sense of normalcy, but all hell is getting ready to break loose. Famine, you know what I'm saying? Food shortage, starvation. A lot of people are going to be eating their own children, just back in what, 70, 80 it's going to be worse than 70, 80 it's going to be worse than slavery, it's a time of trouble that we have never seen before. So we already know a famine is coming in the land. Also what? Famine of the word, the hearing the words of Yahweh by Hashem Abishai. In the middle, Lord, we're constantly warning you, left and right. It is here, it is at the door. The sword, that sword goes into what? Massive judgment. So the Lord's getting ready to bring forth judgment. You know what I'm saying? Recompense and judgment is right upon us to waste thy houses with destruction and death. So that's what is coming. The body count is getting ready to be great. In the middle, Lord is constantly warning you left and right. So, in the wars, a lot of people will be taken, and also what? Pestilence, also what? Food shortage, rolling blackout, cyber attacks, a lot of things that we're constantly warning you about. We have blown the trumpet, and a lot of people right now still are not considering. But when your way of life is cut off, when your support is cut off, when you hadn't eaten in several days, or hadn't bathed in several days, you will consider. So now let's go here to Ezekiel. One moment, let's go here to Ezekiel chapter 5. Ezekiel chapter 5, and we'll start up at verse 15. Ezekiel chapter 5 and verse 15. And it reads that, so it shall be a reproach and a taunt and an instruction and a astonishment or a surprise unto the nation that are round about thee, when I shall execute judgment in thee in anger and in fury, and fury rebukes. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Verse 16, it said, when I shall send upon them the evil arrows of famine, which shall be for their destruction, and which I will send to destroy you, and I will increase the famine upon you, and I will break your staff of bread. So that's what's getting ready to happen. This place is getting ready to be a third world country overnight. The Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. We constantly warning you left and right. We seeing what's going on. They constantly trying to keep things tight lit. There's a lot of things they're not putting in the news, but we seeing that these evils are constantly growing all around us. We got to be circumspect, knowing what time that we're living in. Verse 17, it says, and I will send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Yahweh by Hashem Abishai. So the Lord is getting ready to bring it. The Lord is getting ready to execute judgment, and not better about it. It's not going to be no more long suffering anymore. It's at the end it shall speak and not lie. So we see that these animals, they carry all sorts of different diseases, and a lot of things they're trying to keep, under the cover, but we're seeing that, it's constantly are spreading throughout these different states. And one thing about it, they can call a lockdown. They can say they can come get you from your house and say that, hey, we got to take you to this facility because we believe that you have this or you have that. You understand what I'm saying? So we're seeing that the Lord is going to break the staff of the bread. Also, the Lord is constantly bringing these plagues forth each and every day. So we're seeing that we are very close to this time, man. It's going to be a great tribulation, great persecution, great death and destruction. It's right before us. Let's go here. Let's get another quick precept here. Let's go here to Amos chapter 4 and verse 10. Amos chapter 4 and verse 10. Let's highlight this right quick. And it reads that, and I have sent among you the pestilence after the matter of Egypt. So one thing about it, we know what happened in Egypt, all the plagues that the Lord had brought upon the Egyptians. Also, the Lord's getting ready to make it 10.0 this time, the second Egypt, which in fact, when you go into the word Egypt, meaning what? Bondage. So we still in the house of our bondage. We're in the land of our captivity. The Lord's getting ready to come to deliver us with great glory and great powers. So let's read it again. It said Amos chapter 4 and verse 10. It said, I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword, and I have taken away your horses, and I have made the stink of your camp to come up unto your nostrils. Yet have ye not returned unto me, says the Lord. So first the Lord judgment was started at the house of what Israel. So the Lord is getting ready to bring that sword in the big way. We constantly seeing these things are constantly increasing. We seeing that, one thing behind another. So one thing about it, so the Lord, when you go in that world, horses mean your power, also mean your necessity. You know what I'm saying? Your will life is getting ready to change overnight. So we already know these things are getting ready to happen. And it said the stink of your camp. So we already know, right, what this saying is that, it's going to be what? Great death, so all around us, so we're going to see dead bodies everywhere when all these plagues break out, all this hell break loose. So we begin to see the full circle of things left and right. In that day, you shall know that a prophet was among you. But a lot of people right now still are not listening, still are not paying no signs of the time. But one thing about it, it's about to get real. So now let's go here to 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. 2nd Ezra chapter 5 and verse 1. And it said, nevertheless, as the coming tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon the earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. So one thing about it, when you go into that word tokens, goes into what? Prophecies, goes into what? The signs of the time. So a lot of people will be taken what? In the wars, will be taken in the what? In the disease, in the pestilence. A lot of people will be taken in what? In the what? In the lack of bread, in great tribulation. So a lot of these things are coming upon us, and the land shall be what? Barren of faith. What? Hearing the words of what? Of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. So we already know that famine of the word is fast approaching. We already know that they're constantly putting different laws and mandates in place, executive orders, whereby, it will be against the law to just to teach the word of the truth. Reading simply out of the Bible will cause you your life. You know what I'm saying? Some people will be thrown into these FEMA camps. And also we knowing about these guillotines. So we already know that persecution of the saints is coming. Also we knowing that it's getting ready to be a great time of trouble, that we have never seen before. Jacob's trouble, the hour of temptation, is fast approaching. So many shall be taken in a great number because of these things that they're constantly putting in place. But who is doing it? Who's in total control? That is Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua. The Lord is constantly devising it. The Lord is constantly making it happen because to what the Lord is getting ready to what? To execute judgment in the land. And also the Lord is getting ready to what? To establish the kingdom of heaven that dwells in righteousness. So now let's go to our last and final script. Let's go here to 1 Peter. We'll close out here. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. And it reads that, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. So one thing about it, when you go into that word sober, that means to have a sound mind, be stable. You will be stable in these times of trouble. The Lord will provide for us. The Lord will sustain us in these times. To be vigilant. Vigilant means going to be what? Watchful. Always watching. Redeeming the time wise. Be circumspect. Because, one thing about it, any given day, they can say peace and safe. Then total destruction will come upon it. The adversary, the devil. Who is the what? The devil that the Bible speaks, and we talking about what Esau Edom, what I'm saying. And one thing about it, we're not ignorant of his device, and also the Lord is making him bearer and bearer. He's like a roaring lion, walking about seeking whom he may devour. So when you go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12, it tells you that the devil's getting ready to come down with great wrath because he knowing that his time is very short. So we're in that transition to power. We're seeing it happening right before our eyes. Things are constantly increasing. Things are getting ready to escalate. We're seeing that, what I'm saying. These things are fast approaching, these perilous times, these dangerous times. So we knowing that we're here, we constantly warning you about Jacob's trouble. But also the elder great millstone Tahar already has deemed this year the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble. So that's what we're hoping for each and every day. And we know that our salvation is at the door. And we're constantly hastening his great and glorious return. So the title of the day lesson, once again, is Outbreak. So I'd like to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekah Kwadash. I like to say, Shalom, Shalom.